everyone. Let me stop this track. I hope everyone's having a great day. All right, a couple things. Yeah, so I'm running a couple minutes behind, and the reason is everybody, a shout out to Promise. Promise is Diego, my new piano student. He's awesome. Not only is he awesome as a piano player, but he's a great tech guy. So it's his fault that I got this little this nice little new program. This thing can do all kinds of things. It's going to take a little while to figure it out. Now, normally when I do streams with this little fancy software, it'll be like really chill things where I'll be showing you guys chords and kind of like just kind of not entertainment kind of thing, but it'll be very relaxed and things. Okay. So very good. Yes, yeah. Thank you, Doug. Yes, it's my anniversary. And it was my birthday this weekend, so I can always remember my anniversary. And hey, shout out to Vance, who we just found out this weekend that we share the same birthday. So Poetic Justic, Vance, we share the same birthday, September 20th. So shout out to Vance. Yeah. So I'm going to be figuring out all this software things, but you can do some really fun things with this program, and this is not how it's going to look normally. I just thought we were troubleshooting last night, Diego and I. Diego is Promise, just so everybody knows. And to any of my students, I am teaching some students now online, and if you're if you're one of my students, like Diego, you pick one of those folders, Diego, so you get the same charts as everybody else. All right, guys, let's talk about why is this a shock to the system blues? Because notice that within this simple C blues, we go to the E flat minor, and it's up a half step. So if you think of the 2-5-1, which we talk about is the most important progression in jazz, or the most common progression, you could go so D minor to G7. But what this does is it goes up a half step before it does the 2-5-1. That's a very, very common, and I call it the shock to the system, because you're going up a half step and then you hit this. Now, I'll pull up the chart in just a minute, but I'm going to turn on the track just for a second, and I'll demonstrate that again with a very simple thing. And good morning, everybody. I always say good morning, and I've been doing so much like tech stuff with the stream, and Diego's been helping me. We've been doing all kinds of things. So I'm a little bit... I've been in work mode trying to figure this out. So I was up at 4:45 this morning and thinking about all this and working on some things. So Dave P, shout out to you. Good to see you. Bill, awesome. We have my members in here. I love it. So Vicky, good to see you. Dave P, okay, I'll repeat your name twice. T-Man, Dad, good to see you. Rick, of course. Rick's probably ready to work out. Bill, let's see. Of course, we have Vance in the chat. Coming off a birthday weekend. Doug, good to see you. Awesome. And Diego, Promise is Diego. Hugh, always good to see you. On the beginning, in the middle, and the end. Dave P, famous Dave P. I think I got everybody. If I missed you. Vicky, good to see you. Queen Vic. Yeah, so up a half step from the 2. Yeah, Rick's got it. Rick is always, he's the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy. So just remember that when we go, that's the shock of the system for the day. And you can do this. We know that we can play our Dorian scale, like all white notes for the 2. You can go, and you could technically play the G7 there for the 5 chord. But what I want you to do is get used to the sound up a half step. And then you go down here. So it's like this. Then back down, and that's what I want you to hear. So I'm going to turn on the track, and let's just listen to that while I play something simple. So here we go. So I just go 5-6 root for a second. Now I go down F. To the 6th chord. Now listen to E flat minor. I'll do it. I'll just do it in a scale thing again so you can hear it. Here we go. I'm going to go up, 5-finger pattern. And then back to what we were doing. Let's do it one more time. minor third to flat 7. Okay, now let's actually pull up the chart. Let me stop this, and let's actually go over the shock to the system blues. Okay, I've got to get more creative with my titles, but let's pull this up. So, shock to the system blues, and for those of you who got the email this morning, you have 2 folders. You have my all access group, and it has all the PDFs. It has the backing track, the video, and the PDF all in there. Same with my YouTube members. You can click the Memphis Blues thing in the email, and it'll take you there as well. Okay, let me pull this up so everybody can see it. You don't ever have to be a member of anything of mine. Shock to the system blues. Let's see if we can put that on the screen so everybody can see that. And let's just make sure I can add this window here. I'm figuring all this stuff out. I have an awesome team of people that are helping me with all this. Let's do this window capture, and we're going to do, we're not going to do 9, we're going to do 4. Let's see if we can get 4 to work. Google Drive, we should be good. Okay, and that you can't see that, but I'm going to move it up. Okay, now you can see it. Let me just shrink this down a little bit. And I always want to make sure that you guys have access to the PDFs so that you can really get this stuff down. You know, we do our PDFs for a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is you will always have it, and you can use it to refer to. Like this, as we're looking at the shock to the system blues, I want you to notice a couple things. We're not starting off on the 5/6 root, which we know works. Right here, I'm doing the flat 7, and then I go little syncopation, 5/6 root, flat 7, and then it does this little shock, another shock to the system. It goes to that sharp 4, right? The tritone of the C blues. So you have boo da da ba da ba ba da. And for me, if I use my pinky, I'm less likely to make that and play it clean. And I do have this, you guys know my 4th and 5th fingers are kind of weak sometimes because of my shoulder issue, but I do this, and then I go 4/3, I'm more likely to get it. And you have more meat on the bone, right, for that. So it's easier to use your 4th finger and then to your 3rd finger. So that's just a little nice little thing there. And then it goes back to and again, go back into thumb on B flat. Now here's where the magic happens. So you're on finger 3, and then you're gonna go you're kind of leading up to this shock to the system. 2, 1, 2, and I'm gonna go 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to go 2, 4, 1, 3. So we're going to go. And then you end with what we started with is this. And you know, with the blues, one of the best things you can do with a blues idea, a scale, a lick, is to repeat it for days. Now, before we do the shock to the system, before I turn on the track, I want to remind you of a couple things. If you just had this where you go, you could pretty much play the whole blues with that. And now you have this, you will call that piece 1, where you go, starting on the flat 7. You're hitting a lot of really great notes. But then you have this other idea which gives you a little shock, little tension right there. But you could even mess around with that because all of those notes are part of the blues scale, the minor blues scale. So it's going to work anyway, and jumping around here gives you that sharp 4, which is really nice. So then we'll call that part 2. The next thing is we're going to go, Vance says electrifying etude. I agree. Now watch this. 2, 2, 1, 2, and now here's our other shock, up a half step. Even though that's a kind of a scalular run, it's really beautiful because it's kind of landing on some chord tones. And then we have this really nice thing. We're going to go D minor, we go 5, flat 7, and here's the money note there. We go to the flat 9 of G7. Now, how do you find the flat 7 of any dominant chord, so a G7? You just go up a half step, and that's going to give you the flat 9. And isn't that a neat thing to do? So now, the part 3 of this etude is this. Right here, E flat, A flat, and you go. And then it just does the last thing. Okay, and then we would start over. Vance says it's electrifying. Vance is always full of the isms, the Vance-isms. All right, here we go. Let's turn on this track. Let me check everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? The visual makes it a little bit harder for me to see what you're playing. Yeah. So what you need to do on this is you don't think of this as the normal way I'm doing this. This is just a test for me and the software. When you see me doing this for real, it'll be like this, Dave P, where I'll play a chord and you'll get to see the chord. I mean, the cool thing about this software is I could do all kinds of things. Like if that was giving you a headache, I could do this, which will be that's interesting. What about this one? Oh, let's go with the cool breeze. All right, so let's so I'm just doing some testing right here. Just bear with me. Okay, yeah, E flat. Let's see, in E. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Okay, so we're turning on the track, and now we're going to mess around with the etude. Oh, I don't have the right thing up. Hold on a second. So I need to change the window. Just bear with me. We need to go back to this. What I need to do is move my chat window, and I think we're going to be good now. All right, let's turn it on the track and have fun with these 3 parts, right? The first one is just this. Second, here's the pickup. I missed that. All right, let's do that again. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Again. Right here we go. Again. Now, let me stop this for a second and talk about a couple more things related to this. This idea of this 5/6 in root, we know is gold, right? We could do the yard work blues where we go. Like that could take you through the entire blues. In fact, we'll practice that in just a second. I want you guys to remember how nice this 5/6 root is. And then from there you have the minor third to major third. And whenever you get to the F7, you want to be on the E flat. So if we just did a little bit of yard work blues, we're going to have. So sorry, first you have the minor third to major third. And then we have our blues lick that we know. This one lick from Blues Volume 1 will work over the whole thing. Put a little Memphis in there if you wanted to. But then at the end, we're going to practice doing this. And then notice that this voicing right here for D minor 9 to G13 is up a half step. It's just E flat to A flat. So G flat, D flat, and F. And then to get to an A flat 13, just go down with your index finger. Now you have an A flat 13. So let me check all of my windows. We're going to turn on the track in just a second. Let me just check on you guys here. All right, here we go. I'm turning on everything. Yeah, it's kind of beboppy. That's right, Rick. That's a good word. Here we go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. And... Here we go. Up a half step. Let's do So I can do anything around this 5/6 root. Yeah, Vance, even for his birthday, he gave me a birthday gift. He donated like $20. Crazy. All right, here we go. So Vance helped me get this software. So thank you to those of you who are giving me gifts occasionally. That's really awesome. All right, back to this idea, everyone. We're going to do the yard work blues. And then when we get to here, we're going to go. Let's do that again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go. There's Vance's lick right there. Look how easy that is, right? A blues scale. I missed that. All right, now let me stop this for a second and let's talk about how to practice with some confidence and some success. One of the things we did is we broke this one piece into 3 different things. You have this. Da, 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 da. Let me make sure I'm playing it right. I've been jumping around. We've done so many songs lately. All right, watch this. So we have da 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 da, da da bum bum. Little nice little syncopated feel, but that's a great thing. So now we're doing a little bit of the flat 7 and sort of getting this idea. We have all those nice notes. We know that that's a great. We'll call that example 1. We're going to practice. Da, 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 da. And I could play the whole blues on that. Da, 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 or da, 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 da. So I have flat 7, which is going to sound nice, and the 5/6 root minor 3rd. All that's going to sound great. You could go to the major 3rd whenever you want to, and you can also go make sure you're on the flat 7 when you go to the F or another chord tone. So then I really want you to focus on that as one idea. And then you have the second idea is this. And that's just, we'll call that the second thing you're going to practice. And the third thing is going up a half step. So every time we're going to call this restrictive practicing. This one idea, and you can go right hand only. Okay, and people will do that all the time. They'll go up a half step to whatever you're doing. just so you can hear it in that context of an arpeggio. People will play up a half step. It's called playing outside, and then you go back inside. Now, even if the bass wasn't doing that, you can get away with it going up a half step. And a lot of times bass players and other people will catch that he went up a half step. Let me join them. Boom. And then it's usually back to the normal chords. But it's a fun thing to practice because it gives you that little outside thing that you can do, and it'll be really nice. So from the confidence standpoint, here's what I want to show you is I'm going to turn this track on again. And now I'm going to think so simple, but I'm going to think one of those three ideas and just mix and match those. But when I get to that one spot, I'm going to make sure I go up a half step and do what's in the chart. So we have this. Well, that's part 2. This is 1, part 2. Here's part 3. And part 2. Now I'm just going to do part 2 for a second. All right, part 2 again. All right, part 3. Let's do part 1. Here we go. Part 1. Here we go. Part 1. Part 1. Here we go. Now let's do Yard Work Blues. Here we go. That's not it. I got to get that right. Hold on a second. How does Yard Work Blues go? Oh, I got it. Let's do that again. Yard Work Blues. Yard work, they're going to do some yard work. Now, here we go. Hugh's right. When you add song lyrics, and these are kind of weak song lyrics, but that's all you need. Going to do some yard work. It'll help me remember the melody. And Hugh. Here we go. 1, 2. Going to do some yard work. There we go. Let me do that again. Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much slower on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. Now watch what happens here. I messed that up. My fingers are crazy weak. That's bad. Let's try that again. It's so much slower on the train. 2 and 3 and 4 and when they tried to tell Dave it's the same, it's so much faster on the plane. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Let's do Dave's Leaving one more time. Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much slower on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3. How about this? I've got the low volume blues, and that is just what the news is today. I started out on the live, turning my volume up high, it's still low. I've got the low volume blues, and that is just what the news is today. I started out on the live, turning my volume up high, it's still low. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. One more time and then we'll talk and wrap it up. The low volume blues. Da, 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 dum. Ba, ba, da, 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 dum. I started out on the live, turning my volume up high, it's still low. All right, let's stop this and get to back to where I can see the chat and check on you guys. All right, let's see how everybody's doing. Hold on a second. Dave's been on a lot of planes. Oh, that's funny. Y'all are the best community. That's awesome. Use the Keyscape Grand for this? I thought it is. I thought that's what it is. Diego? Yeah, we're gonna see now. It is a really cool app. All right, let me change the sound before we hang up. Now we're almost done. We get to wrap up in just a second. I'm gonna change the sound slightly, and y'all tell me if it's different. I need to show Diego what I have here. I'm gonna pull up Keyscape and let's see what we have. Diego knows his sounds. Here's the Grand, LA Custom Grand. Let's listen to that. Hold on. I don't know. All right, now let's go down to where I was. I'll do the same thing. Here, this is the natural. Ooh, that sounds, what, a little more mellow? I'll go back to it one more time just so we can see the difference. Oh, that's LA Custom Grand. I don't know. Let's see what Diego says. Hold on a second. Of what piano everyone plays. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Bob's recommendation. What do y'all think? Could y'all hear the difference? How you could not use it. It's just so good. How could you not use it? Okay. All right, now, as we wind up this lesson, I want to talk about something really quickly. You guys have the charts. Make sure everybody gets your charts. I love, love, love our community. And I probably, it makes me so happy that a lot of the times y'all aren't even paying attention to me, and y'all are talking to each other in the chat. To me, that's what it's all about. So a huge shout out to my All Access members, my Chord Academy members, and our YouTube members. You guys are amazing. And everyone is equally important. Keyscape piano is a little quiet. Yeah, like let me see what. Yeah, this is the LA Grand. Yeah, I need to boost it. We need to figure that out, Diego, at some point. Okay, so what I was going to say is, if I was really using this software, it does have a bunch of fun things that we're going to be able to do. But one of those things that I want to be able to do is just to play simple chords that I know you guys like, and we could spend time. I could do some really quiet meditation kind of things. Where I'm playing simple chords. How's the audio on this? If I play really quiet and chill. Here we go. So you like the LA Grand? Let me change it one more time. So this is the LA Grand, and then we have this. We're gonna do the natural again, where I was. And I'll go back to the other one again. What do you guys think of the difference in those two? So the second one, the one I just played, is the grand piano. The other one was the natural. I'm definitely curious to know what you guys. Let's see. Okay, all right, last one, everyone. Rick, don't go anywhere. So he wants me to show you, Diego wants me to show you the felt grand. You want me to do double? Let me do that. Now this is going to sound a little crazy and probably a little low on the volume. Hold on a second. Let me go back to here. Double felt. Wait, let me get this right. Here we go. Okay. It's kind of spooky, huh? I think that might be too soft. Yeah, the software I'm using is called Keysite, and the sounds is Keyscape. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou The felt. Keysight is the name of the piano program, the visual, and Keyscape is where the sounds are. Isn't that interesting the way that sounds? Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Whoa, 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 whoa. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto thee. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Thank you so much. We have a new member, everyone. Shout out. I want to make sure I say your name right. Olude? I could have it all wrong. But hey, welcome to Elite. We have another Elite member, everyone. How awesome is that? What a blessing. You know, it's kind of been interesting because you guys know how, like, I really want to dig in and these relationships that are forming. We've been doing this for a while now, and just since we got the membership, the YouTube membership going, it's just been really amazing, all the different people I've met, but not a lot of people are joining, and I say, yeah, it's a coffee. It literally is like a coffee a month at the basic level. And of course, you get all these PDFs and everything. But I had to put that down and just say, just let it happen, and don't try to convince people to join. Just do what you do. So this is maybe a confirmation to that. So Lude, thank you very much, and you could let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But here's the thing. So you need to know this. Whenever you want to log in to your membership, all you do is go to my channel and you hit membership, and everything's right there. There's a crazy folder we've been using lately. It's the Memphis folder, and all these charts that we've been doing are in there. It is cheaper than Starbucks. All right, what a blessing. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for I think we're at 16 members now. That's awesome. So special shout out to my All Access group, to Sharon and for Diego, who've been my private students lately. That's been awesome. And you guys, of course, Sharon's a member as well of the YouTube channel. So shout out to Sharon for double dipping like that. And to my All Access group, extremely thankful for all of you, and extremely thankful for our Chord Academy as well, and all of our YouTube members. You guys are awesome. But man, what an awesome thing to close out this lesson by having somebody else join our YouTube community. And the good news is all the academies know each other, and it's really awesome. So I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'm going to go do what I do. I'm going to go to work, and I really appreciate all of you. If you have any questions about anything, you can email me, Bob at iMusicAcademy, or iMusicAcademy1@gmail.com. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And what we always do is say goodbye to each other. So a shout out again. I might say your name twice, but I at least better say it once. Dave P., good to see you on. One of the most famous guys at iMusicAcademy, probably the. Bill, good to see you. Bill's awesome and always here and joining us. Shout out to Vicky, to Dave P. again, to Dad, to Vicky, to Rick, the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy. Let's see, Bill. Let's see, Dave P. again. Let's see. Doug is super engaged. Always good to see you. Diego, awesome to see you. Thanks for all of your help with everything. Hugh, good to see you. Bookends of iMusicAcademy. Vance, sharing the same birthday. Awesome. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I got everybody. Rick, Doug, Olude. Everybody make sure you say hey to Olude. And I might be messing up your name. I don't want to do that. Have fun in the membership area. Hey, thanks for everybody's help with everything. I love the new software. It's going to be fun. All right, Dad. Good to see you. All right, guys. All right, there he is. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Bob. My name. Oh, Tom. Hey, Tom. That's Tom. I can remember Tom. Yeah. Oh, Tom. Tom, you have been on my mind lately. Every time I do one of my videos, I've been thinking about doing some cool. I've been working on that stuff and teaching some of my students all this 50 Days to Flying Finger stuff. So, Tom, awesome connecting with you, and thank you for joining in the membership. You are the absolute perfect person to join us. So, thank you so much, Tom. And let's connect offline as well. All right, guys. Yep, I'll see y'all in the next one.